race of Vargishes normally have. Small but very jet black, glassy like claws adorn part of my fingers. Small dark horns just rest just on the top of my forehead. And I have very small fangs, almost unnoticeable in the front of my face.
Very good. And following just behind, you see our next catalyst, an Arwen, a gargoyle, by the name of Kola. If you will please give a description of your caricature.
So, Kola is Arwen. Think of him more as a stone person with wings. It sounds quite strange, unusual, but not so unusual in this kind of world, given the fact there's a lot more wizard Arwen than there are on most other races. Me personally, I have, that's adorned the usual sort of wings, but especially my face, you see it as a, basically, turning it on a side, a cracked silhouette of stone, and then, hang on.
That's right. Moving on to the
I love my basically it is a stone angel. Was it horns adorned on top of my head as well as being sort of cracked face stone entirely. That was it.
Cool. Following just behind him, you see a Ferrum, big, strong, really rippled and muscled. You can see he's wearing some pretty filthy and wet clothing, armor, sorry. However, but then again, everyone here is quite muddy and wet from the previous battle, just hours previous. Wearing these like a loose-fitting cloak, brown cloak around him, carrying a fur pelt. He comes to about 4 feet in height. A short, black, slightly graying beard, and as well as a slate, flat face. But his form, his bulging arms, his chest, his great barrel chest, as he stumps and walks through this forest with not as much noise as you would come to expect from someone like this. In a Ferrum by the name of Joloff. And just behind him, having some difficulty moving through these muddy forests, you see a human by the name of Raylan. He is covered in a hood, trying to protect himself from the rain as much as possible. A good-looking, fairly attractive-looking human man, a man of Pelgan, a man from the Temple of Pelgan, and adorned in opulent clothing and well-crafted armor. But that armor is not helping him here, as it is slowing him down immensely, as he's holding out a torch in front of him and slipping on the mud and on the various roots that hide beneath the surface, moving through. By his side, he has a great and opulent broadsword and various other weapons. He looks much like a knight moving through. And just behind him, carrying 2 fur sacks, is a man by the name of Virgil Tracton. A tall man, standing at 6 foot tall. An older man, though, late in his years, but still strong, still really fine, and out here to prove himself. By his 2 sides, he has 2 axes, one of them being a filthy rusted iron axe, and the other being a strange-looking axe made of a black glass. However, it's what you've seen of him in battle from just a few hours ago, that glass does not break. That is strong glass. As the catalysts are traveling through the forest, you hear Joloff. Well, the catalyst is just moving through this forest and just, well, This mud seems to be getting everywhere. In our boots. How far is the stream? Do you remember? You hear Virgil pipe up from behind. The stream. It looks like it's Kark said about a day's, but I'm not sure. He wasn't very specific. I don't think ogres are very specific. I've never known them to be anyway. You hear Joloff kind of grunt slightly. Well, we should be finding a place to rest soon. As he looks up, and you can see the light of the moon starting to stream through, and occasionally, as you're walking through, you can see the twin eyes of Edaman stream down. A short silence occurs, and Raylan begins to speak after he slips on a root. He comes to his knee. His knee, you know, he's fine. He's fine, like armored. Greaves, more muddied as he kind of swears, like, oh shit. He kind of pulls himself up from the mud. Surson or Mars, do you know where we're going? Are we going in the right direction? I can't see the spire from here.
I can see the dark far more better than any other species can.
Yes. Surson, do you have any grades in Outdoorsman?
No.
Alright. What about in how many grades do you have in Perception?
Perception. Where the fuck is my perception?
Underneath Outdoorsman should be one other.
Oh, I got 1.
1? Yeah. Okay. Just make me a quick perception roll. Perception plus enlightenment rating.
How do I do that?
So it's just perception. So you get that skill, and then you plus your enlightenment rating. Your stat enlightenment.
Okay.
Okay, and so you get these 2 numbers, and then you roll, and then add them to what you get, and let me know what you get.
So I got a 11.
11. That's total.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been some time since you've seen the spire, and it is, though you've kind of got a good direction. These trees are definitely not places which you've had lots of experience walking through. This land, this very incredibly strange land. You mean you've walked through forests in Mifflin?
Oh, the world's strange to me.
Yeah, but this place is really, really strange. So you kind of got a general idea of the direction of the spire, but you can't really. The trees are covering it up in such a way where you can't actually see it, and you got a vague understanding where you're going, but you're not starting to get too sure about it. So that's just a note to you. And as you're walking through, Cola, so I believe you still have a pig.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you have one on a leash, and you have another one, like a carcass, basically half eaten.
Oh, that's still a snack. I'm just holding that for later. You never know.
Exactly.
Could be in trouble for a while.
That's exactly right. Joel kind of speaks up and he says, like, so how many grades in handle animal do you have, Cola?
That's a very good question. What do we got here? Handle animal. Oh, I got 0. None.
Okay. So this pig has been like squealing, like as you're trying to pull this pig, like it's starting to get like really annoying, absolutely completely annoying. I mean, you kind of like you've got this other pig around you, just been carrying it. It's been really quiet and nice and docile because it's dead. However, this thing you're just pulling along, is it's causing some trouble. As you know, you can take the scene from there. You kind of hear Joel saying, Cola, you're strangling the pig. You know, it's not going to live if you keep dragging it through the mud like that.
I'm not strangling it. I don't understand. Like, you see this one, and I'll show him the docile dead pig. That, yeah, I think it's sleeping. More than anything else, I didn't think I'd just be dead by that easy. See, Joel, this one. This is good. You called it pig, right?
Yes, pig.
Oh, right. Well, this pig, we need more of these ones. But I didn't want to make this one into that one yet. So we'll keep pulling it along now. Just, like, tug it a little harder. Squeeze a little harder.
Absolutely.
Unless you want to take it off me, but we had a deal, if I remember.
Yes. Yes, you did. As Virgil pipes up as well. Fuck. I don't know where we're going. Cerson, I assure you we know where we're going.
Yes. Sort of. I can still see this fire slightly.
And you hear Raylan pipe up. Perhaps I have an idea. Kola, perhaps if you could... I'll hold the pigs. If you fly up over the trees, you might be able to see the spire from a greater vantage point. And just like Virgil and Joel kind of look at each other like, holy fuck, why don't we think of that? And he's like, yeah, that'll be great.
Rest.
Yeah, like, please give me the pigs. Give me the pigs. And then
Pigs, fine. Here,
right,
I'll give him the dead one first.
Yeah, and like you give him in such a way where like the blood when you ate it starts to like seep on his clothing. He's like, the guy pulls it away from him, like almost drops it as well. In fact, he does slightly, and like he gets in full of muddy, and you see Joel saying, "What are you doing? You cannot. What are you doing? You cannot." Throw mud and meat. You cannot throw meat into the mud. You will sicken it. It's like, and then Raylan gets like, fine then, Ferrum, here, and he throws it in the pit, and Joel like catches it, and he says, "Humans don't know anything. I should expect that from such a young race, young species." As you're all talking to Julian, by the way, as this language you're sharing. Alright, so you guys kind of stop for a second. Cerson, you see this. And yeah, so the other three wait with anticipation for Kola to have a look, see if we're going in the right direction.
So as I sort of pass off, was it the other squealing pig? I'm saying, well, Joff, at least you can hold this one. Keep it alive. Don't eat it. You can eat the other one if you wish, because I know you other people need energy or something. All right.
Yes.
No,
yes. And then he kind of takes it from you.
Squeal. Yeah.
Squeak.
Just a slightly less squeak now. Now I'm not handling it. I'm just a brutal master. So I observed this sort of canopy or whatever, just seeing it, the sort of vector I can sort of launch myself into. After just a little while, pretty sure I can get through this small hole I found where there's a large branch. Yeah. So I bend my knees, and then at that moment was my wings extend, and then one was it sort of found that's why it's sort of moving or whatever, just a big whoosh of my wings, and I'm propelling myself right through the canopy of the tree.
Go ahead, great. Give me a quick roll of like dexterity plus just 2d8, just to there is a very easy roll.
Yeah, so that'll be 11.
11, yeah, perfect, done. You managed to get through it. Just like a twig kind of scratches against you, but then again, you are made of stone, so he gives a fuck. That does not matter to you at all. All right, so you fly up over this tree, over this forest. And you see, if the camera pans around 360 degrees, you see you flying up there. The twin eyes of Ahriman are looking down hatefully upon you. And to the north, you can see the great wall of vegetation that is a dark forest of fear. And just to the south, you see the great, as you're looking around, just taking in the wonders of this place, it's always fun to fly. It takes a lot of energy out of you, but it's always great. And you see the twinkling twinkling in the moonlight, the Red River, the great Red River, the River of Dingen, just to the south. And in the distance, in the far-off distance, you can see what looks like towns and settlements and cities, just perhaps even the city of Bale somewhere so far away, this colossal city. But as you kind of reorientate yourself, you kind of look around and you say, oh, the spy is getting really close, and it's just there. However, you didn't realize that you were kind of leading kind of obscure. You're kind of, as a direction you guys were following, you need to kind of make a like a 45 to 50 degree angle to correct yourself. But yeah, you managed to easily find the right direction. And you kind of stay up there. As just down here, and just below, beneath the canopy of trees, while Cola is up in the sky, Joloff kind of nudges or just kind of gets the attention of Sersen. He is a mystery, that one. How is it he can fly? He's made of stone. I saw him in the battle before. When he took a blow to his arm, there was no blood. He just cracked. He's made of stone. What do you make of him?
He is not of magic, that is certain. I have read of tales of the, what do you call it again?
The Arwen. And you've seen him before as well.
The Arwen.
Yeah. You've seen him before as well. You have seen Arwens before in the Temple of Zoust within the Cold Cave.
Ah, okay, right, yeah.
And you know them to be fairly aloof. They kind of like to be left by themselves. So the way this Arwen kind of interacts with you guys is fairly unusual. Not common, but then again, nothing, I guess, out of the ordinary. You haven't had so much exposure with them. But yeah, they are of Tuhul and of Zoust. And Zoust being Enforcer, she is one who defends graves. And those would be scallywags and degenerates of that would grave rob and perhaps eat the dead. And you know very well as well of the history and the creation of the ghouls, which also spawned from the Vaigish race. Another mistake, one that House Sersen does their best to exterminate. So that's just a small bit of information for you.
I never speak about ever.
No.
Never speak about the ghouls.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he is not magic because he does have wings. Angels generally have the ability to fly greater than any other species. So that is perhaps why he doesn't fall to the ground like a stone. And
you see Joel's eyes kind of roll, like eyebrows rise, and his eyes go alive. Like, oh, angels, yes. So this world is full of strange and terrifying things. But then again, I suppose. And by this time, now Cola, probably now you've already orientated yourself and you know the direction. So you probably come down at this point.
Exactly. I sort of glide through towards the canopy, the same hole. I sort of launch myself and come back down, sort of gliding down. Sort of, I'd sort of twirl around a bit so I don't come, complete crash on top of them because could crush someone.
Turn into a fucking meteor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, avoid that.
400 kilo meteor.
Like, what's happened, guys?
Roll for the fans at minus 50.
Yeah. And as you do so, your great wings, you are 500 kilos. So your great wings flap down and sending a spray of mud and water, mostly at Virgil, unfortunately. And he just gets sprayed like, oh, fuck! Thank you. And he starts like rubbing the mud into his dirty robe, into his dirty jerkin. Just kind of like, just rubbing it. And like he doesn't, he's not very cleanly at all, but that's just him. Right. So you calm down, yeah.
I go to him after seeing him sort of rub himself, and I sort of walk up and go, "Were you injured too?" And I show him the arm that the mud that the ogre actually rubbed in the mud beforehand, sort of to heal my wound.
Yes. No. I just took a bit of a a bit of a gash across my neck here, but Raylan is a good, well, serviceable barber, and he managed to patch it up. And you hear Raylan kind of grumble a little bit, like, yeah, so I should be fine. I'm made of stronger stuff. I'm the father of 28 sons and countless other daughters. I will be perfectly fine. I am made of strong stuff. Pelgin made me strong. Speaking of which...
What about your woman?
Oh... he kind of looks incredibly like, oh, don't, like, yeah, do you have any grades in insight? Yes.
Let me check. Inside. I have 4 and interrogation forte.
Okay. Just with your grades in insight, you'll easily be able to tell, like as soon as you mention his wives, his eye, like his whole body just kind of like shudders, like as if he's like completely terrified and like hates the thought of his wives, as he's just having like he's like envisioning nightmares in that split second that you mention it. And he's like, oh yes, of course them. He says, he
I smile slightly.
Yes, but yeah, they're filthy humans, and you know, and the ways of polygamy. You've caught onto that very strongly when you've been walking through Bale, which is abhorrent because you know, good, strong, Vigish society. You know, it's only one wife and one man, and they're married together in union. But this is kind of like, you know, you're like degenerates. Really, I mean, it's just completely strange and alien. Like, why would you have 7 wives? But anyway, so coming back to it, and Virgil says, "Yeah, well, speaking of family, we should probably start heading off. Cola, are we heading in the right direction?"
Almost. We need to take a bit of a right turn off this bank here. We're a little bit off, but once we're across there, we should be heading right towards that tower.
Ooh, and you see Joloff. Ooh, perfect. Lead on. How close is the spire? And as I know to you, the spire is looking fairly close.
Fairly close. Yeah, so no, quite close. Don't worry. We'll be within there. Within half an hour, we'll be trudging upon it.
Excellent.
What did I say? I could see it.
Yeah, no, you see for darkness.
Yes, well, very, very good, very good. He just kind of says that to you, like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, like you from traveling with Joloff, you kind of sense, especially with your insight, Serson, you kind of sense that, you know, he's not a very open, unlikable fellow at best of times. Cola, if you have any grades in insight, you can also tell that he's given you like a lot of respect, and he's kind of awed and wowed by your presence. But like with the other humans, he just kind of like, yeah.
He's made of stone, and he's a dwarf. What do you expect?
Yeah, a Ferrum, the children of iron.
Yeah, exactly. We've got iron people, and then we've got clay people. Who would you be more impressed with? You know?
Yeah. So, please, Cola, lead us. Let's go, Serson. And Claymen, people, come on. As you start moving through, a few moments pass, and you hear Raylan speak up. He talks in Pelganese, so unfortunately, Cola, I don't believe. Can you speak Pelganese, or do you understand Pelganese? Okay.
I only got Tulin.
Wait, what does Cola speak?
Cola speaks Tulin.
Yeah.
Tulin, okay.
Yeah. So I can understand you quite well because
so
but yeah.
Yeah, so to Cola, you start to hear Raylan speak in this strange tongue back to Virgil, and they're kind of having a conversation within themselves, a language which sounds like something like that. It's not like the that's Tuhulian. That very aggressive kind of like. So you hear this kind of like soft dialect, which is kind of strange, kind of sing-songy. And Yeah, but Cerson, I believe you can speak to Pelganese, and you see Raylan kind of motion over. You hear Raylan motion over to Virgil, say, Virgil, so how many wives did you mention you had at home? 9. About that. Oh well, that's a lot. So if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be
Running.
with? Yeah, shouldn't you be with your wives and your sons? Yeah, but let's just say times are tough, and the work that I grew up with masoning various gravestones, there is not much coin involved in that, and I have at least 20 sons which I need to feed an entire household. I come here because I need to earn much wealth. That is my main reasons. In addition, some would believe I'm old, but they're foolish. But look at my form. He sounds a little bit ogreish at this time. Like, he kind of says that, and you hear Raylan kind of chuckle. And he's like, "Yes." And Virgil says, and in Tehulian, Virgil switches to Tehulian. He says, well, "What about you, Raylan? What brings you with us here? Why have you answered the call of Kark?" "Oh, well, I suppose I'm looking for something more." Don't you have 7 wives or so? Isn't that the holy number of Pelgan? To have 7 wives? I see your robes. I recognize them. Yeah. I am not married. And Virgil kind of stops in the mud, and he's like, "What? You're not married? How does that happen?" and he kind of stops, and then Jolov kind of turns around and says, "Hurry up!" And like because Virgil stopped, and he says, and he just continues on. He's like, "How can it be that you're not married?" And Raylan says, "Well, it is complicated." And then Virgil says, "I see," and Jolov starts to snicker as well. "I see. Problems down there, Howie. Problems down there." Raylan says, No, absolutely not. I'm just looking for something, and Oliss may have what I need. You might want to be joining the Temple of Asati, eh? The god whore, the goddess of whores. That might be something for you to help you with your troubles in finding wives. Just Raylan's like, "Shut the fuck up." He just said, as you hear like him like swear at him in Pelganese. You don't understand that part, but like Jolov is like, you can see Jolov's like trying to hold back his laughter. He's like holding himself. And Raylan's like, "Oh yeah, Ferrum? Oh yeah, you think that's funny? What brings you with us here?" "Well, I already told you, but I seek power. Many have wronged me and my people, and I am simply not one to take it. I will crush all that lay in front of me and take my rightful place and my rightful vengeance. That is why I'm here, and that is all you shall know." "Oh, okay, no worries, fair enough." As he mentions to you, and I'm curious about you, Kola. What brings you here? And as it's brief, in that moment, brief flashback, as you guys are walking, you start to approach a much more luminescent area of this forest, and just like you see in the picture just there, you see various vegetation which starts to glow, mushrooms which are starting to glow, and as well, flying through the trees, you can catch fireflies and other glowing insects and mushrooms and strange other fauna like that. And this place, as you're traveling through it, the ground is getting wetter, and an indication to any of you with outdoorsmen that you're getting close to a stream, and that you begin to remember not too long ago, but still phasey, for your memory is developing. These woods that you find yourselves in, you start to find yourself feeling uncomfortable as the scenery just starts to trigger memories within you. They remind you of those early hours of your birth, still hazy and strange, of your creation, of when you split from your parent, where you were surrounded by trees. But these trees were not living. Well, no, these trees were sentient, not just living, but they were sentient. And they had eyes plastered all over the trunks and on branches. And they moved, these trees moved at a slow pace, blinking, these different eyes, which seemed to pierce the fabric of your mind as the twisting branches tied you upon an oaken altar, where they spoke slow words in a tongue, a blasphemous tongue which repelled you. You didn't understand the words, you didn't know what tongue they spoke, but they were despicable to your core. You, created by Zoust to kill and to protect graveyards and those who practice the foul esoteric arts of the Magi and the Trolls, as they were casting rituals of magic upon you, seeping their corruption within your body as these images are whirling through your mind. And they were trying to steal away your mind, trying to change your consciousness to become a minion of their will, to bring death to an enforcers from within their ranks, to transmogrify your mind. And in that terrible time, you remember this still clear image as all these images are swirling around your head for this moment, and they're hazy, but you remember this clear image of your parent, one that looks very much like you, as your parent watches from afar, watches this happening to you and does nothing to help you. And then the lumberjacks come with their axes, and the confusion and the fire. And that kind of image starts to dissipate slightly as you are asked this, as this kind of triggered memory, as Raylan asks you, what brings you among us, Arwen?
And in this moment, I sort of, after having the sort of flash, sort of slightly halfly turn to him, saying, "Purpose. I think. I know. Maybe. I'm not sure. Isn't right. No, I need purpose. I want to see what this Oliss, the one that we sacrificed those people to beforehand, what does it mean? Was it all sort of mean? I'm still unsure, but I'm following this path." And I sort of continue. Yeah, so aloft as I am, or I don't want to sort of reveal too much, but enough to continue towards the towers as quickly as possible, because all this is confusing to me. I can't even sort of make much sense, but that's as much as I'm going to disclose.
As he gives him an answer, he says, "Oh, I see." And Joel off behind him pipes up slightly. And what of you, Cerson O Mars? What brings you to follow Kark?
My father has instructed me to find Kaelin. I will do this, no matter what, no end.
That is fair. That is good. Honourable. It is good to follow one's father's words, for they are wise. And you hear Virgil and Raylan kind of nod and kind of like say yes, yes, and kind of in agreement of these words. as you know, the laws of Pelgan and ordering and following the father is deep rooted in within their culture. And Joel just kind of mentions up as well. He says, after he says, good. So, but if you don't mind me asking, Serson, I have never seen your kind before. You speak the tongue of Tuhul. Where are you from?
I come from the Cold Cave in Nifland, a large steel dome that does not exist anywhere other than Nifland. This is the home of all Vargish. This is where we are born, this is where we live, and where many of us die. Some of us do, however, venture out like myself, but only for other errands or to scout for anything that may cause significant threat to our home.
Wow. He doesn't say much about that, but he just takes it in and fairly impressed. As time begins to fast forward, as you are nearing the edges of the forest is starting to get much more less compact and much more spread out. As occasionally you hear great rustling through the trees, and you see great giant creatures, these long centipede-like creature, the size of a bus, as long as it is well, kind of zigzagging through these this kind of low, swampy sort of glowing areas, and it kind of regards you from a distance and keeps its distance as it kind of looks at you, and it moves on its merry way, not antagonizing you as well at all. As you see Virgil and Raylan look at it and say, "Wow, do you see that? Look how big that thing is!" And it glows slightly as well as it travels gracefully. This big thing gracefully winding through the trees, and in this area as well. Along the travels, Joloff has been picking out various mushrooms and other sort of fauna. As he's managed to find, and he just kind of says, "Oh, this is actually a delicacy," or "This is food here," or "Food here." With his role in outdoorsman, he's able to find various things, and you see that. And traveling through these trees, as the trees begin to disperse, you catch on these branches, thousands, hundreds of thousands of these tiny, white-looking drops that kind of hang off branches, hang off trees, hang off flowers. They seem to be covering. They look almost like Christmas lights on a Christmas tree. All these little things, these pure white things, which look to be spun of silk. And as you take a closer look at it, anyone with grades in outdoorsman or handle animal can recognize these to be cocoons. But thousands and thousands and thousands of them seem to be covering this entire area. As you take in these sights, this is indeed a strange, very, very strange land. At one point, Virgil kind of turns back and he says, "Did you hear that?" And Raylan and Joel stop and kind of look at him, and they all listen quietly for any sort of movement. No. Cola, Serson, did you hear anything? Give me a perception check roll. Hearing based.
Sure.
So hearing based. So if you have any fortes in hearing,
Yeah,
let me know your bonus.
I don't think I do. Not I can see.
If you have 0 grades in perception, then it's a -4, but you can still give the roll.
Actually, no, I've got 2 then. Yeah. But so that makes it 10 for me. Yeah. So.
10 total. Okay. And what did you get?
I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything.
Okay. Let me know what you got, just in case.
Oh no, I got a 6.
You got 6. Okay.
Yeah, that's the 4 + 2.
Yeah. So none of you hear anything. You guys are kind of like at the front of the group, and Virgil just kind of looks behind. He says, oh, "I swear I could have heard something. Let's be on our way." And yes, you make your way through these forests, and eventually, my catalysts, my friends, you come to a stream. The stream of which Kark mentioned, as you hear the rustling of waters, of this cool waters, and you hear Joloff say, "Yes, the stream, it's there, excellent," as he kind of runs over and begins to refill his water pouch, his water skins, yeah, and the others are kind of like washing themselves up a little bit, washing their boots from all the mud and the muck. You know, you've got like Cola, you've got like mud up to your knees, and it's uncomfortable for you. You like to be dry, everyone does, and Cerson as well. Water being completely abhorrent to you,
shitty
but,
and
you know,
horrible and deadly, and I could die for just swimming.
Yeah, absolutely.
No bars.
So you come to this stream which Kark mentioned, and you see it running down, and Cola. So what are you doing right now? Do you want to go? Are you going to the stream, kind of washing yourself up, or the scene is open towards you?
Yeah, well, as the others are sort of washing themselves, I feel like I'm going to sort of move through the actual stream itself, but only sort of glancingly, not to like stop and clean myself or whatever. Because I mean, yeah, it is dirty, but I don't particularly mind. It's mostly stone. I mean,
yeah,
the feeling is not as extreme as sort of other races. But I'm also interested in like seeing how much sort of closer we are to the actual spire itself, considering that I was up in the air, whatever, it seems like sort of quite close to whatever, and I'm just interested to see how close it is from the perspective of being on the land.
Yeah, the trees are kind of spread out a little bit, and the trees are kind of a little bit more piney, a little bit more birch in this area, so aside from the yews, so they're more straight and upright. However, they're sparse enough that you can actually see the spire actually really close. And this seems to be the stream which Kark mentioned, where you need to travel downwards towards to get to a village. As you're kind of walking through this area, the others are just talking amongst themselves, talking about various other things. You catch something shining, flowing, and kind of flipping through the stream. Something small and shiny.
I see this, and I'm inquisitive. I've never seen anything like this beforehand, so I attempt to chase it.
It doesn't move fast at all. Yeah, it doesn't move fast at all. You're not obviously the most fastest person, but or gargoyle, but you do manage to easily catch it. It's kind of like limply, because it's quite heavy, and you reach down. Your hands manage to grab it. You're not doing anything intricate or dexterous with your hands is really difficult, as the Arwen riding or anything like that is really difficult. You're not very the most precise, but you do manage to grab a hold of it, and with kind of shaking some mud off it, you see that it is actually a coin. It looks like a coin. It's about the size of a coin, actually, like a little bit larger, like a doubloon or something like that. And you have like basically perfect vision at night and during the day. Yeah. And you see this coin, and you know silver, you know iron, and you know that this is not any of that. Because you being a creature of the underworld, you've come across ore veins, you've come across copper veins, some copper, you've come across gold, a little bit, no interest to you. Silver, delicacy, but you know this is not silver, and you can just smell it, it's not. It is a coin, it has engravings on it, and as you look upon it, you see, in the middle of the coin is engraved two swords, two scimitars crossed on a fiery background. And on the rim of this coin, which is actually an octagon shaped, you see engravings, words, and they look to be in Tehulian, which I believe you can read. And as you hold it up and you read across it, you see the words, "The first forged, the first blessed, House Talan." You hold it there.
I'm just looking at Quizzico, because I can read it, but I don't quite understand sort of what it means at this. And as I've sort of determined that, it's not iron, it's not silver, it's not anything I'd probably, and I've smelt it, it's nothing I particularly would want to eat. So
you can try it, but like it feels really, heavy.
Yeah,
like,
the thing is, I'll try and taste it. I won't try and bite it, but I'll try and sort of mouth it just to get a sense of the taste.
Yeah, it'll be as if you think you probably could eat it, but it'll be like eating the cob of a corn.
Right.
Like it'll be difficult. Like it will be like you kind of like eat it and you're like you can eat it, but like will it do good for you?
Probably what I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I sort of do. I guess I sort of do that. I thought I try and
kind of munching a little bit.
And I don't really want to eat it, so I hold it on, and I sort of try to hold on to it, and I look to where sort of the group are sort of washing themselves and such, and I sort of pace towards them, and sort of getting their sort of attention. I'm like, I found something, and I sort of extend my hand with the coin sort of placed. Does anyone know what this is? It's in Tehulian. And so I show it to everyone.
Joloff is the first to run up and have a look, because anything shiny. He's a Ferrum. He's a Ferrum. But you see this as well, Cerson. You see Kola run up, he come up to you guys with something in his hand, and Joel kind of looks at it from the palm of Arwen's hand. He doesn't take it from you, but he just has a look and he's like, "Oh, what is that? Is that iron?"
No, doesn't. I don't think I'm taste or the smell of it. It is an iron.
Cerson or Mars, if you have a look at it, you instantly recognize it. It is the gleam, the formation of this metal is instant to you. You know this shit. This is steel.
Yeah.
As you see this.
This is cold rolled steel. This is Vigus steel. But this is not common over there to make.
Yeah.
We don't have coins ever.
And as you bring the torch, as you've been kind of like drinking the torch as well, drinking the flames, as everyone seems to be drinking, so you're like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to drink as well." You bring the torch closer, and you do you see this engraving, but it is an engraving you know well. This is a doubloon of House Talan, the first house. You instantly recognize it.
Put that down now.
Why? It's merely a coin.
Just put it down now. Just put it down. I'll explain in a second.
Well, as you wish. I sort of in a place that was down on the sort of riverbed itself. Doesn't move anywhere, but it's down in the middle of the group.
And Joloff looks, what was that thing? And by now, Virgil and Raylan are starting to attract their attention. They're kind of moving over as well.
I draw my sword, and then I strike down at the token and shatter it in half.
Oh shit! There you go. That happens. Bam! you like unsheathe your sword as well
from the just echoing past the forest from the shattering.
Yeah. Like sparks fly up, and you see like Joel jump back, like whoa! You just pulled out a piece, and you just smacked this thing. He's like, "What was that? What are you doing?" And then like everyone else, you see this as well, Cola.
Why did you break the coin?
That was cursed. Cursed by one of the gods. Cursed because it is the first house of my species. They were the betrayers, and they started the ghouls. This is a piece of heresy. that was thought to be forgotten. I corrected that error.
And I sort of look at Wizard Mance, unsure of the entire situation. I'm not, as I said, I'm still new to this world. I'm not too sure who the ghouls are or what the deal is with, sort of coin breaking. But yeah, I sort of remain silent and quizzical towards his actions.
Indeed. And as the camera kind of pans out and you see this stream flowing up around the spire, and it comes from the dark forest of fear. As we come back inside. Well, Joel kind of looks at the coin for a little bit, and he's like, you can see glints in his eye, like you can, with your insight, Circe, you can easily tell, like, he's like, that's just, it's steel, it's so valuable. This is like, this is almost a value, like this is almost a value of gold. I mean, really, it's just there, and he kind of takes a closer look at it, but he looks at you, Circe, and you give him like a steely-eyed gaze.
Yeah,
yep.
What have I got? I have intimidation of 4 and a cower roll that ends up as an attack roll of 9.
Yeah,
with
your 14 cower, yeah. Like he kind of looks at that, and he just looks at you with your steely eyes, and the fact that your claws resting on your sword, and you're like, he just kind of steps back, like. And he actually takes like a drink out of his wineskin, and he just, okay, let's make camp. I think there's. Oh, and he looks down the stream. You can see that there are what appears to be like a ridge further down the stream, but with your vision, Kola, you can tell that ridge has a very uniform look to it, and actually it looks like a building, like stone buildings. You can't tell; you're very far away, but you can see like something like out of the chaos and the randomness of nature. You see like a structure just down the stream, by the stream down there.
Yeah. I sort of noticing this. Yeah. And going, is that? I think I see a building down there, down the stream. Can anyone else see that? And I sort of like point towards.
Joel squints his eyes. He's like, yes, I can. I think. Let's go have a look at it. It'll be good to find some shelter. We must rest. I grow weary. And the two humans as well, they're like exhausted by this point. Virgil's carrying 2 fur packs. Raylan's in armor, and he's just like trudging. They're like breathing heavily. Yeah, the pigs as well. Don't forget about that. The pigs squealing the entire time.
Gets a bit of a wash. Yeah. It got a bit of water, got a bit of wash. It's all right. I'll eat a bit of crap on the way.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. And so you start heading towards this stone building, and as you have a look around, you start to notice that, hey, this is a ruin of some kind. You see a ruin of well-masoned stone. Various vines and growths grow along it. It's about the size of a house block. It's not too large, but you can see various writings along the wall, and rust, like iron rusted, as if like some iron plates have been placed on top of this wall in certain areas which have been rusted through, and there look to be words in Tehulian as you're kind of having a look around and approaching it. But they're so rusty you couldn't even really make out like letters, or like T's or X's or Z's or things like that. As you kind of approach the side of this ruin, and you're like, interesting. Do you have any grades in Mason catalysts?
No. None.
Yeah, I've got one.
One. Yeah, give me a Mason roll, but I'll give you information about this anyway.
Alright, so 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah.
What you can tell as you're kind of walking along this ruin, it is definitely a ruin. However, you can see that there is there should be more stone here than there is. It's as if you get the feeling, and like as the others as well, because there is actually masons. Jolov himself is a mason. He kind of walks around this site, and inside, you know, there's like stone mason wall, like floors and the walls and a doorway, triangular shaped doorway. Immediately, Jolov says, "This is of Ferrum design." And you can see the typical triangular shaped doorways of Ferrum structure and architecture. And he looks around and he says, it looks as if this place is incomplete. There should be more stone around here." And you see Virgil kind of look around as well. He also seems to know what he's looking at and talking about, saying, "Yes, it is definitely strange. It is definitely strange." And he kind of pulls a pig and he squeals a little bit. He just kicks it, just trying to get it shut up, but it doesn't shut up. It squeals more as he kind of like drags this pig around and looking around. And he says, "Everyone, have a look at this." And as you enter this like ruined complex, vegetation is growing everywhere. You see a hole in the middle of one of the supposed rooms of this place. And as Jolov is looking around, he says, "Yes, this place looks as if it hasn't been finished. Like whatever was started here was just cancelled. These stone walls, they stand strong. These ruins don't look like as if it's been battered by siege engines or has been crumpled down. It just looks old, like an incredibly old set, smooth structure that's incomplete. And you come across like this one room. You all gather there with your torches and lanterns, and you see a great hole, 4 meters wide. And it looks as if Jolov kind of has a look at it and peers down. There's something down there, and if you wish, you may have a look down there, and you catch the glint of something shiny, which definitely takes the Ferrum's eye. But as well, you see bones, obvious bones, and various other items of clothing and other glinting objects down there. And it appears as though this hole has been carefully masoned out, each block has been carefully removed in order to gain access to this tunnel, to gain access into this hole. And that's the scene right there as everyone's kind of looking into here. Interesting. There's something down there. Kola, can you see anything?
And obviously, because it's dark or whatever, I should be able to sort of peer down. Do I need to roll anything, or...?
No, you should be able to see perfectly fine. You see some other bits and pieces as well. Various equipment, it looks like. And you see as well, on the side of this hole, it looks to be as if some sort of makeshift steps were kind of taken out of the side of this building in order to make like some sort of ladder or some sort of way you can kind of climb down. In addition to your sight, you see along the walls down within this hole which goes about 2 meters through earth, and then there's like what appears to be like a large room down beneath, and you see from one of the corners of the wall down there shelves, and you can catch what look like bones down there, but placed in a orderly fashion, like on display.
Right. Well, as I sort of see this, I remark to the others, see bones, but not fallen bones, like moved bones. It's strange. And then at this point I sort of point towards the makeshift stairs I've sort of spotted. But there is a way for us to get down if we wish. Those makeshift sort of stairs there. Might be able to travel down. I cannot fly down as I've already used my wings for today, but could potentially go down there.
You see Joloff squint for a little bit as well, and he takes a rope out of his backpack, and he takes his lantern, and he wraps the ring around the lantern. He wraps the rope, and he kind of lowers it down so you can kind of have a better look at it to get light in there. And as you lower it, you reveal more of the room. You see shining objects like jewelry, like obviously just lying there among this heap of rubble, pieces of copper, and you also see equipment like iron spades and picks and various collars and copper bells, moldy fabrics and like old leather. And he kind of looks around and he looks down and he says, this is a charnel house. This is a Ferrum burial site. This must have been a shrine to Tuhul, but the bones of a fallen are placed on the shelves, as you can see down there. And he points, but why is it these were dumped here? They do not look Ferrum. He kind of looks around and And in this moment, you hear, coming from deeper within the forest, a sound. What was that? As everyone just gets on guard and kind of has a look around. It looks to be coming from the west, from not towards the stream, but like kind of like alongside of it, down from where you came. Just to hear this tapping. It comes again.
Is that getting closer? Or is it scanned as a group?
No, it doesn't. You can roll me perception, sight-based perception to kind of see, or at least be able to tell where it's coming from. You too, Surson or Mars.
4. I get a 4 on that one. Oh, no. There we go. That's a... Well,
what else add on to that? That makes it 20.
Your perception, yeah.
Yes.
You do capture the exact direction of that place. You don't actually see, because whatever's making that sound is out of sight. There are trees and foliage in the way. But you do manage to lock on exactly where it's coming from. As you hear it come again. This sound.
Down there amongst the trees.
Yeah, down there.
Do you want to go have a look to see what it is?
Well, since we came here, we might as well check that out as well.
Indeed. And just as you say that, and you make that, roll me another perception check, except this one is hearing based.
Hearing based. 1, 9. Oh no, hang on. 11. Yeah.
Alright. You got 11?
And 17.
Yeah.
Alright, 17. Okay. So, just as your attentions are focused towards this strange banging sound somewhere over there, but just behind you, you hear various footsteps creak. And as soon as you turn around, you see 20 of these creatures start to emerge from the foliage behind you. As you turn around and see these slobbering, pot-bellied creatures. They are grey-skinned. They're about 4 feet tall. Pot-bellied, like big, big kind of shoulders. They have like a snapping turtle alligator sort of maw, and when they kind of like they're kind of sneaking up to you. However, they kind of freeze as you turn around, Sersen and Cian, and Raylan as well. He rolled incredibly well. As Raylan just says, "Ah!" And he just kind of points and just gets everyone's attention as you see what looks to be about 20 of these things stare at you from the darkness. You know, they have frilled neck, ears, and their eyes, their beady eyes, stare at you, glinting from your torches, from your eyes, and you see them. And you hear again from the other one. You go. You hear that in the background. And you see like all these different creatures. They've all seen you. They're trying to sneak up to you, but now they're kind of like staying back away from you. Some of them have like spears and axes and all these kind of clubs, and they kind of like squabbling to each other in some sort of weird tongue, which none of you understand. However, one of them says, "Ooh, yeah," and when they talk, you can see like you Coley, you can see the tongue is like small and beady and long, and it kind of goes, in their mouth, and it says, "A chosen one to who?" And he says in Tehulian, he says, "A chosen one to who?" And it's like really difficult to understand as well. And he points towards you, and you see the other creatures go, "Oh, no." As they kind of like start moving forward a little bit towards you and like pointing towards you, like they lower the weapons slowly as you can. Do you have any grades of insight, Cola?
Insight, I have one grade.
One. They look to. Yeah. To you specifically, Cola. They look as if they are approaching you with respect. That's a kind of weird association we have. And Joloff kind of looks at them. He starts to. Everyone like draws their weapons and starts to get out there, and they're just kind of like a standoff. As Raylan says, "What the fuck are these things?" And Virgil says, "Fuck, there's so many of them." And Joloff says, and he says one word, "Chthon." And as you see this leader like dressed in rags, like he's pretty fat, but he has like various runes across his body. He looks to be like slightly larger than the rest of him, and he just says, "Great." And he says to William, to you, Cola, "Great, winged God, bring elf to who? You bring us gifts. We have known that you are the greatest. To who has given us a meal, my brothers? This angel of the depths. Yes, a gift," he says to you.
At this point, I have no idea what to make of this or whatever, but I'm unsure of the entire situation. Aberration, I don't understand this. Was it in the fact that they give him respect? I don't understand this. So, in retaliation to the sort of situation we're in, I just I start to bare my my claws as well as my fangs, and just walk slowly towards the sort of group. Not too close, but just to see if I can bridge the sort of gap to give my sort of fellows a bit of a standing chance. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out the situation.
Yeah, they look to be about 15 meters away. I mean, there's like a low wall of rubble, or like a ruined wall between you guys. So you guys have like you guys are kind of looking around. The others are looking around at a defensible position. Sersen, you with your training of tactics can kind of figure out like this will be like a good way to defend yourself should these things attack. As you start walking forward, Cola, as you see this thing, this Chthon, just say, oh, great angel of Tuhul, please, smile upon us, so that we may give gifts of silver into the depths. You have saved us, and as his buddies behind him, like 5 of his buddies, start kind of like moving back away from you as you're walking forward. As you know, that kind of cowardly, like look in you with fear and awe as you're like flaying your wings out. But like this Chthon is kind of like just motioning towards you with praise as the others on the far side around you are kind of like slowly and crouching, getting slightly closer towards the others. But then at that moment you hear from behind you, so from where these 20 or so creatures are coming from behind, you see another creature burst from the foliage and he kind of raises up this implement and this pot, and he just and then they charge. Roll reaction.
All right. Okay. Wow. Now, charging motion on it. I'm surprised. So I got to slash immediately or whatever. What was the closest one and all that, just to defend myself. So
excellent. Roll reaction. So 2d8 plus your reaction as these creatures and they kind of run forward at you with various spears. All right, you got a 14.
I got 11. Fuck, that's a shit roll.
They catch you out, sir. Jeez, I'm surprised.
Alright, I'm just gonna go for... Oh, Raylan didn't get too well either, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's... Sure. Oh, is it better? And... Oh, Virgil! Very bad. Alright. And... Oh, the ravaging horde of the Thal Chthon go. Okay, so Cola, you rolled the highest, so it is your action. As you see the others, no Chthon actually running towards you. You see one kind of scamper forward, trying to run past you at the food. And that is your action. He's running. He's like, when they run as well, it's really funny because like they're really pot belly, so they kind of like jump side to side as they're kind of running out. You're like they're roaring their weapons. He's just like, he's got a big like maw. He's like reaching
more and trying to chomp or whatever. Well, I immediately sort of see this as he's trying to get behind or whatever, and I go to sort of slash him with my claws and try to slash to his throat and take him out.
Go ahead, roll your attack.
Let's see what we get. And that plus onto, what am I doing? Slash claws, so that's 7 damage.
So what's your total? What's your total?
So so that's added with that, isn't it?
So it's your attack bonus plus plus your roll. So it should be next to claw. It should be attack bonus.
Yeah, so 21 it should be.
21. Oh yeah, you hit him and you've dispatched him. He is an extra, so you may describe what happens as he's running towards you, potting. He's like kind of running. He's not even looking at you. He's just running towards the meat. And he's slobbering, gushing or whatever and all that. So I, quick sort of motion or whatever, go to him or whatever, extend sort of the claws on my right hand or whatever, and immediately just go slash or whatever right at his throat. As I cut through what it just gash blood and it spurts everywhere, this thing squeals in pain, horrible pain. It flops down to the floor, what a blood pool on the sort of stones as it is, and it sort of stays there writhing in pain as I sort of look at the claw and look at the others, prepared for another strike. And his blood is like purple and it gushes out, and you see entrails just splattered out as he just starts rolling and writhing in agony on the wall. He's just kind of like, he's got like surprisingly a lot of life left in him, despite the fact he's just been clawed, and he's got like as you see at that moment as that guy was running for him, there was one behind him. Also trying to run past him, and he just sees his friend get clawed by what he thinks to be like an angel, and he just goes, and he just kind of like dives to like behind a tree as he just tries to get out of your way. As Cerson, it is your action. As you see various creatures start scampering. You see one climbing, just start to like kind of like not climb because they're very heavy and quite like fat. So he kind of just tries to like roll over the wall, and he just lands and just tries to. Yeah, there he is. He's just coming at you.
Okay, so
Alright, so roll your attack.
Roll my attack.
Yeah.
Got an 8, and then how is it put onto what I want?
Yep. So you rolled 8, and then you plus your attack. Use in melee.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use the cower. So that's it's 9 onto that one. The so 17. Yeah. So like, what does that do?
All right. So you cowered him.
Yeah.
All right. So you got a total
Or
of
attempted
17.
to.
Yep. So you got a total of 17. You did boost once as well. Because he had a base defense of 11. So yeah. So you like as you cower him, he just scampers down on the wall, and you just see this. Describe. Yeah, you can describe what happens.
Yeah.
Like how you cower him.
So as my sword in my right hand and my torch in my left, I swallow the rest of the flame, and then I breathe it directly into his face, screaming in agony, and his like smoldering flashes just aroma the room.
As the flames of Morgul burst forth from your mouth, he just screeches and he just kind of like tries to clamber back across the wall, and like as he does so, there's like another Chthon like coming over the wall, and he just gets smacked in the head as this one, which you just cowered wall, and like takes them both out. And like they're like clawing each other. They're like there's like confusion because I guess there's lots of Chthon coming. There's like 20 of these guys, these things, and so like one is trying to run back, like clawing his way past his comrades, trying to run away. As like this one's trying to claw at him, so they're basically like attacking each other. All right.
Flaming fucking little slob of fat just rolling around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like he's singed, like his full neck ears are like singed and shit, like there's the smell of cooking meat just instantly filling the atmosphere. As it is Joloff's turn, and he says, "Frau Chthon to Google," and he takes out his great mace. I'm sorry, his hammer, and he just comes out of Chthon. Chthon's like riding out and going, "Yeah!" and he just rolls to attack. Oh, but he does not do well as Joloff runs forward with like a lot of strength. He takes his great hammer and he smacks it down, but the Chthon manages to like sidestep him as he brings down in and like he hits the ruined wall, and splinters and fragments of all these of the stone flies in all directions, but he misses this Chthon, which just dives past him and looks at him with those beady eyes, and he opens his mouth. Alright, as it is now Raylan unsheathes his brilliant broadsword, and he moves forward, and he sees Chthon running out of one of his spear, and he goes at him. And he gets... Yeah, so what happens is he runs in, and the Chthon just has like a spear, just a makeshift bone. It's not even a spear, it's actually just a sharpened stick. And he tries to stick him with it. But with his broadsword, he manages to strike upwards, cut the stick in half. And then with another strike, he just runs the Chthon through completely, just skewers him. As he grabs it inside, and then Raylan like kicks, puts his foot up and kicks the foul thing off his sword, the purple blood mixing in. As that happens, as it is the Chthon's attack, as they 3 of them manage to flank on the other side of you, Cerson, hidden from the ruins. Like 3 run at you. If you roll me defense 3 times.
Rolling defense. Rolling defense. It's third one? Yep, third one. Plus my defense is... What is my defense? Defense. My defense is 4 with a 9 of armor rating.
Okay. So for the first roll, I got a total. And what'd you get for the first roll? Your total.
4.
4 plus your roll. Your like defense value and your roll. Is it 4?
Oh no, 8. It's 8 for the first one. Right.
Okay. He does manage to get you, and he does manage to boost. So we'll just take that in a second. So you do get hit. You do get hit. The second one, I got a 12. So what did you get?
I got a 7 plus 4 is 11.
11. Okay. That's -1 as well because this is the second time you're being attacked in the same round. So you effectively have a 10. So yes, he does get you as well. And the third one, I got an 11.
And I got a 19.
19. All right, so you managed to easily deflect that one. All right, so the first two run at you.
Okay.
You see, as you finish breathing the fire of these in the first Chthon. However, these creatures they're small and they sneak up on you. As you see your arm get pulled, and 2 Chthon like come at you and bite you, and another one comes at you again. So you may describe what happens as one bites you.
So one grabs and bites my wrist, and the other one comes and attempts to bite my other arm. But I managed to punch the other one in the face with the rest of the torch.
Yes.
Deflect, knocking him in his ass.
Yeah. So what's your armor rating, quickly?
9.
Your armor rating is 9.
Yeah. Like that's the level I calculated it to.
Okay. Yeah. So they managed to clamp down on your arm, but that like your armor managed to soak in and protect you from much of the damage. As you like they have vicious fangs and they bite down. You feel your arm you feel your armor begin to crack and strain beneath it. However, you managed to save your arm, but your armor on that side has been severely damaged as you kind of pull. In this moment, we see this great Chthon, the leader, saying, "What is this? You are not one of silver! Foul blasphemer! Foul blasphemer!" And he runs at you, Kola, with a vicious-looking hammer.
Alright.
Or your defense, my friend.
8, and we've got a 5, so... Well, yeah, if I can do numbers, I'll go, so 13, I think, yeah.
You got 13? Okay. And I did get I got a 14. Alright. So, he comes at you with his hammer. I want you to register you've taken, 6 points of damage.
Alright.
So minus that from your armor. And register that. As, he just looks at you in shock. As he realizes that you're not of silver, you are not blessed with Tahul, you are a foul creation. You know, you're attacking us. I'm gonna attack you, and he comes at you with his hammer. So you may describe what happens.
Right, as he charged towards me with his hammer or whatever, I sort of see this, so I go to actually cross my sort of 2 arms together in order to try and take the blow. Unfortunately, he's gone underneath my sort of guard itself, whatever, and chipped me with it in the actual stomach itself. Or whatever, and as his hammer sort of hits the flying bits of stone, whatever else was sort of cracking my stomach itself, whatever, and sort of step back a bit, but still standing, but just in pain and looking right towards this thing, just attacked me. I'm still unsure what the hell it is.
As in another small part of the battle, Raylan, after dispatching the Chthon and pushing him off his blade, another Chthon runs at him. However, it falls flat on his face just before him, as Raylan just laughs and stomps his head in. And in that second moment as well, Joloff, after missing with that splinter, the Chthon, or missing that Chthon and that coming right on the ruined wall, he kind of turns and sees the Chthon pull him close and digs deep into his flesh, dealing grievous amounts of bodily fluids just start gushing from him as he takes massive amounts of damage, really high, as Jolov goes, "Oh!" him off, but he's badly damaged. But at the same time, the Chthon as well is vomiting, as the Pharaoh blood is despicable and disgusting. It's like drinking murder oil. as it just falls from his mouth. As Virgil manages to two Chthon come at him, stabbing their spears and like trying to grab at him. However, he manages to shake them off, and he just backhands one. As it is Virgil, as he comes at this one, which is backhand, and then raises and then like grabs his throat and puts across his axe and just smacks it in half and raises his bloody head. And then with that same head, he throws it at another Chthon. Let's see if he gets it. He does. And so this Chthon, in this one moment, he dispatches two. As he raises his head into Chthon, this other Chthon is just like, ah! And it's just the head of his comrade just smacks him in the head. Count as we come to the very top. Cola, it is now your action. As the numbers are starting to thin, but much blood is being thing. So you see this big chieftain Chthon, as well as one other of his brothers, or whatever you want to call them. Oh shit! Oh shit! Got a double 8s there. So my total is 27. Wow. Yeah, exploding dice, my friend.
Yeah,
alright, so yeah, so you may describe what happens. So you come at this chieftain as he's wielding this like his hammer, and yeah.
I'm trying to. I see him, he's waving, he's writhing or whatever, because he's, all you see is heretics, fowls or creatures or whatever. So I know, I see he's the leader or whatever, so I rush towards him, just trying with the base to just rip him apart entirely, while trying to use my two claws at once and sort of dive moment. Yeah, literally try to tear him in half. But I don't think I'm able to. So
yeah, he might just sidestep out of the way, like with grace somehow. These weird stumpy creatures which run and waddle from side to side manages like basically almost like cartwheel the side and sit behind a tree. As that happens, as now Sersen, it is your turn. As three are surrounding you.
God, I gotta Okay, so one nearest to my arm, I take my sword and to the forward. So the
So what's your total? So you rolled a 4 and
9 for attack.
9 total. Oh, okay, not enough. All right, so
just not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you managed to let go of these two Chthon, which like managed to grab a hold of your arm and bite onto you, but yeah.
Yeah. I try to get my arms free, but it just doesn't in place.
Yeah, they're like biting onto your arm, and they're really heavy as well. So like you got like what's your strength, like 11 or something? You're quite strong, but like you're trying to like drag them off your arm, and they're like holding on to like their arm like like dogs, like
just fucking
fucking
Rottweilers.
Yeah, and like you can start to feel the disgusting saliva begin to like soak your arm as they're starting to munch and starting to get into your armor, the foul things. As we cut to Joloff just being getting a massive gash down the side of his neck, as he just rage in his eyes, and he just brings his hammer for vengeance for those who have wronged him against that filthy Chthon. And he does so. So with this, after being bite, he runs, he bull rushes this Chthon up against the side of this ruined wall, and with his axe, he just smashes his head against the ruined wall, explodes into purple ichor as he just smashes him. His head explodes, and the fat body of the Chthon just sort of plops right onto the floor, as that was his action. As we come to Raylan, as two more Chthon are running towards him, as what he does is like two more Chthon running towards him. One kind of stumbles across with the body of which he just stomped his head in, and then using his gauntlet fist. The Chthon's running at him with his mouth open, like and then he punches him right in his mouth, and then proceeds to cut his head off just right with his gauntlet fist in his mouth, not hurting him because of the fine protection of well-forged Pelgan iron. As he punches him, he cut his head off. Fear in the other Chthon right behind him as he goes in for the attack. As we come to the Chthon, Cerson, these three Chthon are still upon you. Roll me your defense, please. 3 defense.
My defense, I got 10, 7. So it's my defense. So I got and 11.
Okay. Look at that. Okay, and last one. Ooh. Okay, so the first one, who's one does manage to get you, and he manages he's still biting onto your arm, and now you're starting to feel the tension of this alligator snapping turtle mouth start to crack down your arm, as in a place where your armor is now no longer being able to protect you, as he's still munching on. He still hasn't been able to let go. But the other two who come after him, the one on the end of your arm, you manage to kind of hit off, and another one tries to rush at you, but he misses as well. But this one, I want you to register you've taken 9 points of damage.
Oh shit!
So minus that from your armor.
Oh, minus that from armor.
Yeah. By now
so
your armor...
zero damage.
Oh yeah. He's kind of going through this armor. So this armor is basically you've basically lost 2 defense in this particular arm. So it's effectively for this particular part of your body, it's just 7 armor. Okay. So he does 9, so probably 2 points of damage. As you start to feel blood begin to seep, and pain start to shoot through your arm as this thing is continuing to bite.
Puppy!
Yeah, so you can describe what happens. So this one is starting to bite, is biting on your arm, and the other 2 ran at you, but they missed.
Yeah. So the one biting onto my arms, tried to shake it off, but it causes more pain as I do that. But then I realize another one comes to go at me, so I backhand him with the side of my fist. He knocks to the floor, and the other one I kick to the middle of the chest with the ball of my foot, and he can go sprawling backwards.
Indeed, as Kola, this Chthon, and his buddy begin to attack you. So first the guy, the Chthon with the mace, the chieftain, adorned in all sorts of a low swipe. So he attacks you. Roll your defense for me.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. So we got 25.
Oh, that's very good. And the second one. Okay. That's that. And for the second one.
The second one is... You got, there you go, 14.
14, okay. And -1 because the second time you're being attacked in this one round.
Oh,
alright, so 14, okay. So this chieftain, he misses you as he comes running around, but the other one, the one hidden, always the one hidden with a club, a spiked club with nails. He comes at you and he gets a 27, so he boosts 2 times. And please register that you've taken 7 points of damage with 1 armor surpass. So that ignores 1 armor.
So I get... Oh, God, I'm down to 8. Alright, wow.
So you may describe that as the chieftain misses, but then his buddy from the shadows just... yes.
He as he sort of swings in with all these little force on this little creatures, and a wax right into my right leg. Where it appeared to be the muscle on that side, just gets chipped away. Just eye drop was in the immense pain. Was the bits of sort of stone and stuff come off with this right leg or whatever, and I sort of kneeled down. And this is the first time I think I've actually sort of felt pain, like proper actual pain or whatever. I'm just just trying to get to a sense of what's still going on or whatever. And bits and like a couple of nails that were actually within the actual obviously the club itself, whatever, actually integrate themselves into the leg now. So they're sort of sticking out at the same time, and I'm feeling this or whatever. Trying to get my senses and scramble away.
Oh, indeed. As we cut to Raylan as he's marching down as one Chthon. Like, a lot of Chthon have died, maybe half their number, but they're still kind of ravaging. But slowly you can kind of sense that the tide is starting to move, but the chieftain is still alive. As Raylan is starting to march down as one Chthon after dispatching his friend, but the Chthon just strikes out like a cornered animal he gets cornered against. But, cornered animals, you don't want to come against that. But, that may not be enough. Oh, yes, that's not enough. Alright, so this Chthon is cornered, and he just kind of lashes out. However, just Raylan just laughs his head off, like, maniacally. He's like, ha ha ha! He just pushes him off himself. and like, approaches with his broadsword as, Joloff, a javelin, a spear being thrown comes from somewhere. Chthon climbed up on top of a ruin and throws it down on him. Oh, but his aim misses, and he kind of like skims across his armor as he kind of just pointlessly just kind of like just skims the top of his shoulder, and it just bounces off. And Virgil. Oh. Okay. So, and so Virgil's facing off with two Chthon after brutally dispatching two of them. One tries to get up from behind. However, in that exact moment, without even Virgil knowing, as he swings and throws the head of that previous Chthon at the other Chthon's head, one tries to sneak up behind him. But in that moment of throwing that head, he moved his axe kind of behind him, and he catches a Chthon right in the mouth, and he rolled double ones, he fumbled, so he just catches it, and he just killed one for free, and another one tries to run at him from behind him. However, he sees him coming as he pushes him off, as no damage is being done. As we come to Virgil, and he screams out, and he sees Sersen being bitten by these three Chthon, and he pushes the other Chthon off him, and he just runs forward screaming. He's like this big old man, but it's like the way he moves, he's nothing stopping this man. He's just running with two axes, bloody from purple blood, and he's just running, and he just charges. Berserker, yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. As he just attacks the Chthon, which are attacking you, Sersen. Yeah. So he manages to kill one and a second one. Okay, so just as you push them off you, Sersen, you hear a scream of this old man just run in and buries an axe into his back, pushes him off, and then the second one, the one that was biting you, he with his other axe, he just underblows it under his arm, and this raises it up and into the stomach of the one biting you, of the Chthon right on your arm, biting you, and just and like the Chthon lets go of your arm finally, as guts spew out in like a horrible mess, just perforates the entire scene, as like this crazy old man is covered in purple blood, man. He's like a freak. As we come back to the top, Cola, it is your action.
Alrighty, let's have a...
So So which one are you attacking?
I am attacking... the big bastard's still in front, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Later, after he's sort of died and he used to come back or whatever, and that one that's just attacked me or whatever is... actually, no. Yeah, I'll go for the one that just basically took off a chunk of my leg. That's the one I want to get at the moment. And I want
Make your
to,
attack.
I want to bite him in the face.
All right,
That's the...
roll your attack, my friend.
Alright, so I've got 9, we'll 7. Should be like 13, I think. Oh, so I'm really bad at math. No, it's 16, isn't it? Yeah, it's 16.
16.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the exploding dice are not with you, my friend, as he rolled a total of 29 for his defense. It's this little weasel. He's like a tiny chthon. After sticking you like in the back of the leg with the spike, he just disappears.
He's gone.
He just-
I chop at nothingness.
Yeah, as you lunge for him with your fury, he just like he like jumps in some bushes and just disappears, just completely.
Yeah, I looked into the bush for a second and nothing's there. Just
It's just hit,
nothing.
disappeared.
I'm infuriated.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
mad or whatever. And still in pain because I'm just still succumbing to coat. So a part of my leg's gone. All right.
Yeah. All right, certain Omaz, it is your action as you have been freed finally from this chthon, like a barnacle hanging towards you. All right, let me know your total.
Yeah. What to kill them with? Oh, so I take my steel chakram and I it's an attack of 5, so that's 16. 16 attack.
Yeah, you get him and you dispatch him. You may describe what you do to this
Sweet.
foul thing.
So, as the one that I just kicked away with my foot, I pull out unlatch my chakram, and then I jump forward and then land on top of the little weasel and split him down the middle with the center of the blade. And I see sparks come out from the other side of the little body.
Yes.
Pull this out.
Yeah, you
Blue,
paint.
purple blood just soaking, and I flick it off.
Yeah, you paint the back of the ruined wall with just like this purple gash, as you see other chthon begin to screech with fear and terror. These cowardly creatures, and while this is going on as well, you can hear like somewhere in the background, and like occasionally you see like this chthon just standing like as if he's like a cheerleader. He's just going.
I totally forgot about him.
He's still there. He's just saying something, but like you don't paint your mind as like this swirling madness of death. As Raylan comes at this chthon after he cornered him, and he manages. He just kicks him. And he kicks his knee, the chthon falls, and he just begins to kick him and repeatedly, just kick him, stomp. It's like, he's being crushed. And then he just brings his broadsword down and finishes him off. As next we have Joloff, who's managed to deflect the spear. He's still bleeding and bloody. He manages, the chthon standing on top of the building, he lunges, he grabs his feet, and like with his such strength you have never seen before, this big heavy creature, and these things are quite like heavy, they like maybe weigh 100 kilos, like these things are really fucking heavy, as he just grabs this thing, and he just grabs it by the legs, and he grabs it from standing from top of this ruined wall, and he just power bombs him down onto the ruined floor, just severing his spine as he just like looks up as this Ferrum just deals and puts him to the ground, and this chthon as now we go to the chthon attack, that one which escaped you, Kola. Is nowhere to be seen, however the chieftain comes at you. Roll your defense.
15.
15. No, he does manage to get you. It was not lucky this time, so you may describe what happens, and he comes running towards you. As he's kind of like distracted slightly because he's like some chthon like just running away now from the carnage. As he's just screaming orders and everything, he's screaming to Julian, "Come back! Come back!" And he kind of runs at you. You may describe what happens.
So he fucks up, doesn't he? Then?
He doesn't fuck up, but like he doesn't hit you.
He doesn't. He doesn't hit me.
He does not.
He doesn't. Okay. So that's it. He's inflamed or he's furious or whatever. Yeah, trying to sort of spout or whatever. His footsteps are all miscalculated and weird, thudding, thud towards me and all that. And I just look towards him like, right, this time I'm not going to get hit. So he sort of swings in or whatever, and he basically catches his like his little claw, tendril thing or whatever onto my arm where the damage I got earlier. So and his hand sort of stuck in that hole. So he's sort of wrapping it around or whatever, not doing any damage or whatever. I'm perfectly okay with that or whatever, and he's just wrapping around with it at the moment.
Yes. As that happens, as we come to Surson, you see this Chthon just in the background doing tinking together as you see a spear come from the darkness, just like a last ditch attack come at you from the darkness. A javelin flies towards you. Roll your defense.
15.
15. Oh, he just barely misses you. Alright, so a javelin comes at you. You may describe what happened.
So, I hear a slight whistling sound in the midst of the combat. I turn to see a flash of blinding light, and I move to the side at the last instant as a spear flies out the window.
Yes.
Flies out the door.
Oh, missed completely. As the Chthon are starting to scatter, there's maybe like one or two somewhere nearby, but like they're starting to scatter as we come to Virgil, who runs towards a Chthon, running away. Like this man, he's a berserk. He's a berserker. He's just running through the fields. He's just running, like you see the Chthon which threw that javelin at you. He just spots him with his old man stare, and he just runs at him, just completely charged. And he like runs after the Chthon. Yes. And what he does, he runs after him and just leaps with two axes in the air, just and he manages to cleave the back of the Chthon as he just runs and gets skewered against a tree. As you see, Surson this Virgil just run off into the wilderness, into the forest. As Kola, it is your action. Kola.
Oh, sorry, I was just writing something. Oh,
Stone Man, don't meditate now.
I need to fear. Now I'll see my other abilities. What do we get? So we go so that is 13, yes.
We got 13? Yep, you hit him.
Perfect, alright, so that, little bastard that's still on my sort of gash I had beforehand, his claws sort of linked into my sort of arm. I sort of look in with menacing stare or whatever and go right down, I just drop onto him, 500 kilos I am, compared to his little girth or whatever, to attempt to just squash him. So I go down, just all the force I can muster, bang, squash or whatever, his head comes apart, flies off the distance, and purple guts all around.
Slam to the ground. Oh, how much damage do you do?
I do, that'll be bodies, would that be a body slam or just a brawl?
I'll count as a brawl. Yeah, I'll count as a brawl, yeah.
That'll be a 6.
6 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, you have defeated him. You have crushed him. Go ahead, describe what happens.
Right, as I come down and just crash or whatever, his little body and all that, you can also almost see this sort of flop as all the blood that was contained within his head explodes or the head comes off or whatever. Purple sort of everywhere and all that. All the rest of your body just, spasms and weeds out or whatever, pops towards the floor or whatever. I get spurted with all this purple blood as well because I'm down on the floor or whatever, and just get myself up or completely covered with, this ilk sort of blood that's drained on. And just for a moment, I go to sort of taste a little bit of the blood and immediately go to spit it out. I was like, no.
No, it tastes like rotten grapes, not wine, but like rotten grapes. That's what it tastes
right.
like.
Yeah. It's like,
That's fucking nasty. Had those before.
All right, Cerson. There is not many Chthon left. They seem to, majority of them seem to have run away. However, at that strict moment, as time slows, you see, as you see Kola just through the ruins over there, fall and squish this Chthon with his weight. You see this Chthon emerge from the bushes, like about to pounce on him, and that's the last Chthon you actually see with your vision.
So I roll that. That's the attack. And it's so I got a 12.
You get him, and you have defeated him. He's an extra, so go ahead.
Dusk. So the black but now purple chakram I have in my hand, still dripping with blood. I see the little bastard emerge from the bushes, about to attack the stone man. So in an attempt to foil this, I check the chakram and I throw it with lightning speed, whizzing through the air and blood splattering it against everyone else in its midst. The little purple slices straight into his side and it sticks out the other end, causing cold rolled steel sparks of the Vigish across the ground.
And he flops to the floor, defeated, as the Chthon disperse, all running for their holes, for their caves. As combat draws to a close, as our catalysts finish, and you're in the aftermath of this horrible massacre. I mean, the stench is disgusting, despicable. I mean, these creatures are not like the humans and the Pharaoh and the ogres that you killed before, but these creatures, they smell their blood and inside. They smell of decayed vegetation and vegetables, like really, really bad, like banana peels and watermelon and mango, but like so badly decomposed that it's just disgusting to smell. Those of you with any senses of smell or even care about such things, as you're in the aftermath of this gruesome battle, and finally you hear like a panting from everyone, but as the quiet begins to descend upon this place, you just hear this, and you see this one Chthon just there, kind of like, and that's when we'll close for today's session.
Ooh.
Done. We're back into the scene. The sage eyes dream as you start to breathe, and you see this Chthon doing this shit, and what happens? The time slows to a glacial drip as we are able to hear the inner thoughts of our catalysts as to what they're thinking on the inside and perhaps what their intentions are for the future. So if anyone would like to give a small brief into what your character's thinking at this moment in time at the end of this episode, I will play your theme music and you can begin. So if anyone would like to begin.
Oh, go on, Cerson.
Yeah, right. Wait for the theme music to start.
Okay.
Shit. I'm playing the theme music, it's not starting.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
okay.
quickly...
I can hear it. That's
Can you hear it? Can you hear it, Cerson?
Yeah.
I can't. But anyway, yeah, I'll just start off. It's like, so I looked at my arm and I'm thinking, fuck, is this going to infect? I hope it doesn't. That'll not be good. Father went like that. Not at all. And then I look at the little shit with the tinky little metal things, and I'm going, how many more of these chakrams do I have? Or will I miss? I don't know. I turn to see the rest of the chaos and the slaughter that we have committed here today. And I think, good. if this is what the first house of Salenthi looked like, then that'd be a good sight to see again. Done.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And Kola.
Cola. Yeah, well. I see the fact that I'm covered in this like monstrous sort of blood for some reason. And it's just purple, weird tasting or whatever. More was it blood was it we've committed towards Oliss? Does it appease him? I'm still not too sure. I still need to know some more about Oliss. But we'll have to find out. I need to know what this tinkering little thing was it talking about silver. Silver, I love silver. Why is he talking about silver? That's it.
Perfect.